The Distractionist, what's up? This is Tony. So, I have here. Anyway, yeah, this video is gonna be pretty short, and I genuinely think it's gonna be pretty short because it's almost 4 o'clock. Anyway, so this video is about. I think the hype around tarot in certain capacities has died, and I'm kind of glad. This is someone who was pretty big on it starting in 2017 when I got my first deck, and then going forward. And I think from this, it's almost been a decade now, right? I kind of have seen a lot go on, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of happy that it's dying down a little bit. I was in Barnes & Noble, and I go to Barnes & Noble pretty frequently still, and I go to the tarot section, and for me, I personally don't feel compelled to get anything from the tarot section, just because I don't know, there's nothing there that I really want. But there was a period, I think up until the pandemic, and then even maybe up until 2023, tarot decks were still pretty popular for buying. I see people still purchasing them from time to time, but on the internet, the YouTube space, maybe the TikTok space is different, but on the YouTube space, it's I see decks being reviewed, but I don't it's not a major thing anymore, right? And I'm kind of okay, we're out of this phase, and it's very interesting to see that we're out of this phase, because I'm just what's the next phase going forward. But even for myself, I haven't been compelled to buy a bunch of decks, and I think the consumerism is a little bit over in terms of that. I think I've settled into what I'm interested in, and I know that how I read shifted just a bit, so it became less needed to have all of these decks. So there's that for me. I still like all my decks and stuff like that. It's not I want to give any away. I do plan on getting a few this year, but I think my practice is more offline and stuff like that. So it's kind of y'all won't get to see a bunch of it anyway. And I've slowed down making a lot of videos, but not because I don't like tarot or anything like that. It's just I feel I'm shifting and changing, and I feel tarot is often just a lot of healing modalities. I went to a massage school. I'm not a massage therapist anymore. I don't even have my license. I let it lapse. So it's it's a pass through kind of point for people where they can get into tarot, and then they may branch into other stuff. I even was watching somebody who was a Reiki practitioner at one point, and she was showing a video of what she was doing with a client, and she was this isn't Reiki. I thought I had to put it in the box of Reiki, but this is not Reiki. This is something else kind of beyond that. And so I think the people who are supposed to go beyond that are going beyond that, and so tarot is just the entryway to this whole wide experience. I think we're gonna see more people into astrology, definitely. I don't know how good they're gonna be. Personally, I'm a bootleg astrologer, so casting judgment, but I get the feeling that the astrology stuff is gonna be a little iffy, based on how what I'm seeing. It's gonna be very textbook kind of almost. So I'm kind of but yeah, I definitely see a transition towards numerology, astrology, stuff like that, other divination systems, not necessarily Lenormand, but I just feel other divination systems teacup reading or runes or something like that, some other way of doing divination and figuring stuff out. I feel it's more popular. But like, how have you guys been feeling about it? Like, I feel like there's still some strong channels out there, but I noticed, to be honest, I feel like the tarot space is still the more academically inclined tarot people, and then there's the more like mundane, is he cheating on me kind of people. I feel like, I'm gonna be real, effectively that space has taken over tarot tube. I do think it's gonna get cleared out. I think a lot of people did kind of hop on pandemic, post pandemic, and we'll kind of have to figure that out. But I do think the interest in tarot, I don't think it's necessarily waning. I remember watching a channel where they were like, you know, it goes in cycles. Like, it becomes mainstream and then it goes back underground. And I kind of feel like we are in the phases of it going back underground. But it's like going underground, but it's not like it's going underground, but it's going like niche. Like, I feel like I said, tarot was like a gateway drug to a whole bunch of other stuff, and in many ways it feels like you gotta find your drug. You gotta find your drug. You gotta find your path. And like tarot, it feels like it's almost like this go around, we don't need tarot readers, we need diviners of many forms almost. It's like, I feel like I just feel like something feels different with that. Like, the people that were like, it's almost like divination, like next Pluto cycle, like tarot may not even be like a major thing anymore. And that's like weird, but like you may start to notice that with like the energy within your cards may like shift. And it's not like you're gonna have a bunch of like dead decks, so to speak. That could possibly happen, but I kind of feel like it seems like the next crop of spiritualists, if you're not called to do tarot, like if you try to even get a deck, you're gonna get that shit stolen. Like, that shit's gonna get stolen, a car's gonna go missing, you're gonna do a read for somebody, but like, this shit was bull, and then you like just stop. And I just kind of feel like it does feel like we're on the horizon to something different, you know? So I'm kind of like, yes. But other than that, I kind of feel like it's a good thing. I will be doing more readings. I kind of feel like it's coming more in like just channeling now. And so the cards are kind of like I said, I feel like I'll be using them like more sparingly, but I think the readings that I want to do are going to get larger scale as a result. And that's another thing. I feel like the scale at which you do things is going to change for people. Some people, they do a lot of world events or gossip or things that are far away, and they're going to start reading more closely to them. And then people who read more closely to them will probably start expanding outward. And it's just, we have to kind of shift. And then another thing, I think we will start to get into channeling. I think Pluto in Pisces, and I think we're going to have to go through a lot of refinement with that. So like I'm thinking about like all the Uranuses, because Pluto is like 20-ish years or so. So you're going to have at least 2 Uranus cycles and signs before 2.5 or whatever. So you're gonna have some time to develop and grow. But I just genuinely feel like we're shifting away in some senses. And like some people, like, you know, oh, I don't like to read anymore. It could be just it's not your divination tool, and you have a skill that sits outside of what tarot can do. And I think that a lot of people, because it became a popular symbol, it was the easiest thing to grab because it's like it's readily available at like some fucking store, some fucking where. But also, most people, because they're on this wave, they understand it. But there's some people that just really need to do the weird readings and move on. They need to do the weird readings. They need to do the readings that don't make any sense. They need to do readings that like don't use tarot cards that could be just direct channels or tea leaves or like color cards or like something outside of that. And I'm here for it. I hope we develop more stuff for that. So I see tarot effectively dying, but like not dying as in no one does it. But I think the people who are called to do it will be stronger tarot readers than the people in the past. Because I feel like the people in the past, all they knew was that tarot readings were the way to do divination. They didn't know any other way. But I think going forward, I think the pandemic shifted things. And that like it may be more body based. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people did become like physical or energy workers in that way. Like they became energy workers instead of tarot readers, like actual energy workers, and did like modalities dealing with like actually working on the body and dealing with the different layers, and even maybe like yeah, doing some stuff. Like I can totally see myself, because of Reiki, using my cards to do Reiki, right? And then going from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand. So I would understand why I would have a bunch of fucking cards, because it's like, yeah. So there's that. I think that's it. Now that I said that, I need to reach out to somebody who's like, they email me a lot about like sound meditation, and I think I need to get on that. I think my tarot cards and my sound meditation journey are linked in that, like the same way that I said about Reiki and having the chakras lined up and doing the Reiki over the cards, sound healing over the cards, and pulling into the body. Like there's a lot floating on right now. So yeah, I think that's it. That's my ramble, and I'm kind of tired, so I kind of don't want to keep going, but yeah, this is what I think. I think tarot, the people who stay in tarot will be the really strong readers, and then everybody else needs to like figure out what the fuck they're gonna do, because it's not your calling to be a tarot reader. It could be your calling to be like a tea leaf reader, or you're not a reader, you're an energy worker. Like just do that, or a medium or whatever. But if it was the gateway to all of that, then cool. But like some of us really need to retire the tarot cards, and I think YouTube is a very interesting place in that it blew up, but I think a lot of the tarot people on here aren't really, you know, I think they just picked up cards. And, you know, it's the same thing for most people, but I kind of feel like the people that are called to do stuff, like, stand up, and that way like your energy like starts to come to the front, and then like all these people that are like leading people astray, they can leave or be forced to leave. And I think I'm going I'm going to talk about Pluto Aquarius stuff, Pluto Pisces stuff, and Uranus, like Neptune and Taurus things. I don't know why Neptune and Taurus, like we just fucking skip Neptune in the area, like okay, whatever. Because there's a lot of timeline quantum leaping type shit going on, and that's tied to that, and I just, you know, I have a lot to say about it, and I think it's a lot of stuff going on that will affect how that comes through. In addition, I need to talk more about 4th house Pisces, how they're an ecological savior. I don't know why. And then 8th house Plutos. There's something about them that's really crystal clear, like about seeing the veil, seeing through people, but like that's not that's not what I really want to say. Like I was writing shit now, and I stopped, and then I was thinking about it, and then I never wrote it down. I'm like, oh, I fucking forgot. But anyway, so this is my little ramble about tarot. I just noticed it. I used to notice a lot more people lingering around the spirituality section, and I don't see that much anymore. And I think I don't really see too much content about decks. I've seen a bunch of people leave tarot spaces and spiritual spaces altogether to kind of just be offline with their work, and I'm kind of like curious as to like who's gonna like really be a practitioner and who's gonna be like, this was something I used and now I'm this over here, you know, and it may include myself. Just saying. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.